So I'm going to attempt a second time, this time with newer tools, to combine a Polychromos 24 and a Prismacolor 24 into a superset that I think will have between 40 and 44 pencils that really span a solid range of colors that the two intersect on or combine. Actually, it's the opposite of intersection. The ones that intersect, I'll just pick one. This is just an experiment for me to learn about swatching and to learn about what each set has to offer. Now, I already have a sequence of videos on this topic that I made earlier. I think it was a week ago. But after looking at those videos, I realized that I didn't do it completely to my satisfaction. So this is really a take two of that. As I mentioned in that other video, I had already swatched both sets, but when I made that video, I declared some colors different, which I think are a little too close. And now that I have been coloring with both sets for a week, I think I feel that way. And so, for example, Polychromos 219 and Prisma 924 seem to be very close. I had already deemed these close, but I don't know. I just want to get to it a little deeper. And also, for example, these two oranges, 115 in Prisma and Polychromos, and 918 in Prismacolor. So it seemed like the first time that I did it, I was a little harsher on the lighter colors. I declared them different in a couple of instances, but I did not do that with some blues, like these two blues. And I did not do that with two greens, which are, I think it's these two greens. And I think so, yes. So I'm gonna redo this. This time I have multiple types of paper. So from Target I got Strathmore Vellum, and then also Strathmore Drawing. It's a little thinner of a paper, but they have different tooth. I also found from a series of tests that I ran yesterday on construction paper, that construction paper just has too much of a tooth. So actually the color just totally sinks in. So it can be used as a test, but I don't think it's a good test as by itself. It needs to be complemented with other types of paper. Also, I will use simple printer paper, white, and then this type of paper that you can also get at Target that has some color in it for opaqueness. And I'll be using, I used these during my first test. And I have here in my notebook, of course, I was looking at music, found out that music doesn't work out so well for these videos, but I needed to test that out. If you run through Polychromos, Prismacolor, Polychromos, Prismacolor, I'm going to do a bunch of head-to-heads that I did not do during take one. Clearly, it's still the case that I will pick Prismacolor white and I will pick Polychromos black when it comes to white and black. That's clear. And there's a light yellow that is so light, it's not in the Prismacolor set at all. There's also 133. 133 is really a magenta. Magenta comes in later for Prismacolor. Clearly by itself, it will be chosen to be in the superset. Then 133, forget what 133 was. Oh, here, yeah, 133, magenta. Yeah, there I was. Then there are four pinkish, light purplish colors that are in Prismacolor. Those are unique, and the two grays. But there's a few other unique. There's a very light blue that is really lightest, that is only found in Prisma. And there's another very light that's also found in Polychromos, and they're really very different light blues. So there's a couple of colors that clearly get separated out. But I'm going to do it exactly the same way as I did last time. I still have my notes, and of course I've got my tea, and of course I've got my pencils, which I've continued to use. And as you can tell from usage, now this is usage because I did some shorts with black, so that's really where that use came. But actually my BFF right now is this particular gray 271, warm gray number 2. And so I last time that I did it, I missed a few points. When I went back and I started using the pencils, I realized that I should have done this better, and I was a little too harsh here, and I should have done this better. These two really deserve a better comparison. And then when it comes to the browns, yeah, I need to go back. I need to go back and think it through. So this will be, I'm gonna try to make this all in one long video, but afterwards I may edit a shorter version or make a short out of what I did. So let's do a couple of easy ones. These would be white and black. So for white, I've got these opaque papers. So let me do Prismacolor white. See how many layers I want to do. Not too many, because I found that doing more than 3 is a little bit of overkill. And maybe I'll zoom in a little for this. Yeah. So this is Prismacolor white. That's the first layer. It's the second layer. And then a third. I'm going to use Prismacolor black to just segment out the layers. So this is Prismacolor. And then let's do Faber-Castell white. And I will choose Prismacolor white. I've already sort of knew that. So there's nothing here new for me. I'm sorry, was that, did I get confused? No, this is Faber-Castell, but I'm using, okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is Faber-Castell. All right, so that takes care of that. Then let's do it also on this paper. And this will be Prismacolor first. I was doing Faber-Castell first the other time, but I think I'm going to do Prismacolor first. And hopefully I will not confuse myself. This paper is much better to see how incredibly opaque this white is. Okay, I'm going to stop right there for the second layer, and then I'm going to go in for the third layer right there. So that is Prismacolor. And then Faber-Castell. Yes, gonna be looking at the pencil carefully. Still a very good pencil, no doubt. It's just I think Prismacolor owns white between these two. It really does. Okay, so that was Faber-Castell white. Then if we go to black, which I did a ton of in some shorts that were meant to be used for testing. Again, Prismacolor black first. I'm gonna have to get methodical so I don't screw this up. Oh, this paper is really good for coloring. Vellum, this is vellum. Boy, what a delicious paper for coloring. And that is a wonderful first layer. Second layer. And that is a third layer. And this is Prismacolor. Better not get confused. Faber-Castell, $1.99. This is the paper to test for sure. To test what it would be like to use it, not to destroy it with construction paper. And I think I should have grabbed where is my construction paper? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. And so this is Faber-Castell. All right, so then if we try it on drawing paper, okay, going back to Prismacolor. Yeah, in this paper, it doesn't do as well. But I guess nothing will compared to the vellum. Okay, and then let's do Faber-Castell. And I know from previous use that I always like the Faber-Castell black more, even though they're both great pencils. I mean, who am I to say? But anyways, I'm talking like if I know. But I'm just some random dude on the interwebs. Okay, so that is the easy ones. It's two of the easy ones. So that says, in my case, I would have picked this one and that one, but you know, who am I to say? So this is another easy part because I did some of this work already a couple of days ago, but I'm gonna redo it in the same format of this video. So we have a additional slots, and then if I pick 2 yellows or 2 oranges, then I'll add another slot, and we'll see how that goes. But definitely the light yellow, which is 104, is basically in, because it is so light that it doesn't compare to anything in Prismacolor. Then and that would be this color, 104. Then when we get down to these 2 yellows, Faber-Castell 107, and then Prismacolor 916, they're really close. I think these are some of the closest colors in the entire 2 sets. And then we have what I would call the yellow oranges, although really 1003, which is Spanish orange, is really almost a yellow. And I don't see it in the barrel, but anyways. And then Faber-Castell 109. I'm going to compare those two. And then these two would be Faber-Castell 115 compared to Prismacolor 918. All right, so let's get on with the easy one first. I mean, I'm going to be doing all of them, regardless of whether they're easy or hard to pick. Okay, so I'm going to get on to light yellow 104 from Faber-Castell. And I already did a little bit of head-to-head between these. I already did these 3 pairs, but I want to do these 2 over again because these are different colors. They really are. And these also as well. And I think the first time around they fooled me a little because my setup was not the way it is right now. But boy, do these yellows look to be almost exactly the same yellow. All right, so then let's just do vellum and drawing for these. I'm not sure that I care for, I mean, I guess I should do one of these as well. Yeah, let's start with this one. Yeah, let's start with this one. Okay, so let me zoom in. All right, so then this is light yellow. Yeah, this is light yellow, and this is Faber-Castell 104. Okay, so that's easy. Okay, so that one is basically in its own slot. Then, and I don't think I need to do it. Maybe I should do it also on vellum. By the way, one thing that Polychromos definitely is great at is layering. You could layer for days with these pencils. Okay, so this was light yellow, whatever it's called, by Faber-Castell 104. And then if we try it on drawing paper, I should say. And I'm doing these again, even though I have reference swatches, just because I think even the sound of the pencil is important, to me at least. Okay, so that is Faber-Castell 104, determined to be in. And then let's go back and do, what was that? Was that in? Yeah, I think that came out, right? It did. Okay, just making sure because I am looking at the actual surface and not looking at my camera when I'm doing these things. Okay, so the next one is these two yellows, which is Faber-Castell 107 and Prismacolor 916. And yeah, there they are. You can clearly see them. I'm gonna get better at looking both at the camera and at the pencil so I don't screw that up and I don't end up doing something like over here or over here and you don't see it. Let's see if I get better at that. Okay, so then I'm gonna do Prismacolor first. So let's do Prismacolor first. We're gonna pair them up. Let's pair them up here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And I think you can see this in your view clearly. Yeah, Prismas. Okay. Then Faber-Castell 107. I need to keep checking myself because I know I'm going to screw one of these up. Too many pencils, too many colored pencils, too little time. Yeah, all the times that I have swatched these, I find them to be really, really the same. Okay, and that was Faber-Castell. Let's go to drawing. Yeah, that was 104, so we have to do Prisma again. Yeah, 916. Gotta keep doing that so I don't, because it could be that I end up doing the wrong order, but if I do the Prisma and the Poly, I'm good. Okay, and this is Prisma 916. Okay, and then this is Faber-Castell. And you can see it, yes. Looking at it, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, this clamp that I have my phone on doesn't let me see the full screen. So I'm not really seeing the full screen as I do this. Well, clearly I'm looking at the surface as I do it. Okay, that's the second layer. And a third layer. Beautiful colors all around. Both of these products are excellent. Really excellent. Faber-Castell 107. Okay, and for these two, I don't really know which one to pick, but I think, yeah, I think there'll be a head-to-head for that. So yeah, let's do the head-to-head now. And for the head-to-head, I'm gonna do it right here, and I think I'm gonna zoom in even more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna zoom in even more. Like that. Yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, so Faber-Castell first. Prisma. Faber-Castell. Prisma. Faber-Castell. Prisma. These are the same. I would literally flip a coin and picking them, but I'm always going to be partial to Prismas. So I just randomly, I could even flip a coin, but I'll pick the Prisma, but they're the same. And I think it's time to move on to the next one. So that's the Prisma. Then we're on to these two. So let's zoom out because I need to look at what I'm doing from the top. Okay, so let's do it back here for, okay, so these two colors are different, ever so different. Faber-Castell 109, Prisma 1003. They really are ever so different. Let's just do what they look like here. I'm not gonna repeat these, I don't think I need to, but just for opaqueness, because I did not do this the last time. I did not have this paper the last time. Of course, this is construction paper. Nobody would ever do this IRL, like the young people say, in real life. Okay, so that is Faber-Castell. Of course, it's got the number right there, and then the Prismas. I mean, these are different colors for sure. And I think I missed that, the take one. This is take two of this. So this is Prisma. Yeah, and so these two are different colors. I don't think I need to go any further, but just for the sake of science, I'm gonna zoom it in and do zoom in. There we go. Okay, let's do a little head-to-head. Faber-Castell. Prisma. This is really more orangey, and the Prisma really is on the yellow side. It's on the yellow side. So these two are in, they get their own slots. And I think I'm gonna take a little pause and collect myself for the next section. So this is slots 4 and 7, right? So 107, no, sorry, 109 and 1003. I'm sorry, yeah, this, I picked one, never mind. For this is this head-to-head, and I'm picking both. Yeah. So right here, these two, they're picked, and I have picked the Prisma for the other one. Okay, I'll pause here, collect my thoughts and where I am, and do the next bit. These are all going to be in one video that gets put together. If I fail to do that, you will see this in sections, but I'm hoping that I'll master this particular task of joining the videos. Now I'm going to move on to the two oranges, which I think are different colors. I already did this video once before, but you know, learning with my new setup, things go wrong. So in this case, I'm gonna make sure that I record it correctly. So yeah, in a different video that I lost, I did make this difference between these two pencils, but I'll repeat the process just because I think doing it live is a lot more interesting. But you can tell that these are really two different oranges. Yeah, they really are. And I had already figured that out when I did this this head-to-head. And also a little bit when I did this head-to-head, but this is the one that really told me we're dealing with two different oranges. And of course, I've already put them in my count, and I was already getting ready to do the reds. But we're gonna do this over right here. Yeah, we're gonna do it right here. So just because, and then I'm also gonna do it on other papers as well, which I didn't do in the other video. So there's that. So Prismacolor 918. Over time, I hope to get better at doing this, have like a nice, neat process. But in this particular first go at it, yeah, you know, noob mistakes will be made, like having different sheets of paper under this. Yeah, so this is the Prismacolor one, very buttery. And then this is Faber-Castell 115, which is definitely not as bright a color. Right, look at that. Look at that big, there's a big difference there in colors. So that was my mistake the first go around at this. Let's see if I can zoom in even further. Yeah, and this is Faber-Castell. So I'm gonna do a couple more head-to-heads, just repeat the process. Look at how bright that is. I definitely missed that the first time. And I don't think we need to go any further, but I'll do a little more just because it's fun. Color swatching is fun. I love watching other people do it, by the way. Okay, so that's a settled matter. Both are in. And then let's move on to, oh, actually, I was gonna do some vellum. Yeah, let's do some vellum. Why not? We're here. And I did not have this paper before to test. So Faber-Castell. Oh, zoom out. No mistake. Yeah, there we go. This is Faber-Castell. Look at how good these pencils are at layering. Man, so good. It's great to use these together. I think they complement each other very well. Yeah, look at how bright that got. Okay, this is a settled matter. We're done with that. Now let's move on to the reds. And the reds come in two pairs. Let me clear this out. So I've got a new, this is drawing paper. Yeah, this is drawing paper. Let's get a new sheet of vellum and look at my sheet. So then the first head-to-head is red 121 and then poppy red 922. That's one. And then the other one is crimson red and Polychromos 219. So those are going to be the two head-to-heads that I do right now. And when I made the first go at it, I said that these two were different, and they do look different. And I said these two were the same. So the more interesting one will be the second pairing, the second head-to-head. The first one I think is really, as our French friends would say, a fait accompli. These are two different colors. But we're gonna go at them again. Let's do some yellow construction paper. I already checked this out before and I liked it. And I'm gonna zoom in for this. Okay, so these two reds are different, but I wanna see them at play. This is Faber-Castell. Of course, I love layering with Polychromos. They're just, that's what, I mean, they're just really good, period. Okay, so that is Faber-Castell 121. Can I zoom in a little more? I think I can. Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, I think I can do that. All right, let's do it that way. Of course, this paper is brutal on these pencils. It's almost like turning a pencil into a crash test dummy against this paper. This is Prisma 922. Okay, and then since we're here in the neighborhood, let's do 219 Faber-Castell. I think these are 4 different reds. And I think I said it wrong in the introduction. I meant to say that I declared these pencils the same when they're different. And in the case of the blue, 2 blues and 2 greens, I declare them the same. I'm sorry, I declare them different when they're the same, or they're a lot closer than I thought they were. Let's find out. Still haven't gotten to the blues yet. Okay, so this is Faber-Castell 219. And this is my dear Crimson Red 924. Yeah, I think we have 4 different colors. Let's do it on a different paper. Let's do it on this paper. Let's get more sample data. More data in our sample, I should say. Yeah, so if you combine these 2 products, you would actually wind up getting very few, what I would call duplicates. Really, really. I think you would. Faber-Castell 121. Prisma 922. Could have done that better, but that's a different color. Yeah, it really is. I think this paper highlights the differences better, but I'll show all of them when I'm done. Okay, let's go do Faber-Castell 219. Look at that. What a beautiful color. Coming from stamp collecting, there is one stamp that I've collected from the 1850s that comes in this beautiful color. So I've actually spent many years of my life looking at this color through stamp collecting, carmine red. Okay, so this is 219. Yeah, to me these are 4 different reds. And that was Prisma 924. Let's do now, yeah, vellum. Back again to here, Faber-Castell. There, okay. $121. This is 922. And I think we did Faber-Castell first, 219. Yeah. My favorite of the 4 just because of stamp collecting. 1855, Spanish Antilles, 2 reales, is in this color. Spent 40 years looking at it. I think I forgot to do Prisma layering. I want to do it for 922. I'll redo that right now after I'm done with this. No, this is the color. This is the color. This is the color that I was talking about. 924. It was not this one. It was this one. Okay, and I forgot to do this. And this was Prismacolor. Hope to get better at this game. Okay, and I'm gonna use this is. I think I've beaten this horse to death. So I think we're done. I'm going to show all of them. And I think we have 4 different reds. I'm going to look at them carefully. I think they are 4 different reds. This one's lighter than this one. This one's more orangey. This one's totally carmine red. 924. Crimson red. Yeah, crimson. Yeah, 4 reds. So during the first go, take 1, I had these 3 pencils together, and I forget what I did. I think I determined to pick one between Faber-Castell 225 and Prismacolor 937 because Faber-Castell 133 magenta looked very different. But I'm going to do all 3 at the same time. I should have done that at that time, so I'll do it this second take. And so far we have, let me zoom in a little. Yeah, so far we have a total of 12 pencils between the 2 sets. Only 3 have really been duplicative. The black for Prismacolor, and then the yellow really out of randomness because I prefer Prismacolor. I like the buttery feel of Prismacolor over Polychromos, but I appreciate how good these pencils are too. So, and I think when I make my next coloring update, I'll show examples in my coloring. So let's do really nice vellum first. Can we? Yeah. Let's do vellum first. And I'll zoom in for this. Okay, so let me do. Let's do the Faber-Castell first. This is magenta from Faber-Castell. This one's really separate from the other 2, but I might as well do all 3 at the same time. There's nothing magical about a head-to-head between 2 pencils. Look at that. That is beautiful magenta. And on vellum paper, it feels great. Okay, so this is Faber-Castell 133. Then this is Faber-Castell 225. And then one of my workhorses, Tuscan Red from Prismacolor. I don't know why this pencil loves the sharpeners and has had a couple of, I've had different ones, I've had 1 or 2 breaks, and I use it a lot. So this is probably the pencil that I use the most across the several Prismacolor sets that I'm using. Small sets. Prismacolor 937. And these are clearly to me 3 different colors, but I'll also lay them down on different paper. Okay, so let's do this yellow paper. This is construction paper, so this is the crash test dummies part of our test. 133. Then this is 225. And good old Tuscan red, 922. $9.37. Okay, so I don't actually need to prepare myself for the next group of pencils. I can actually just pick them out because they're so easy to separate. And it's these 4 pencils from Prismacolor. So I'm gonna move away with these 3 pencils. And the grays. So the grays and the pinks and purples, and I'll verify that I'm getting them correctly. So 995, 1008, 929, 939, and the 2 grays are unique to the different sets. So these are 6 pencils that can be written down in that sheet, and they are just separate. And I'll get a sheet of vellum for them. And I think I'm only going to need to do that and perhaps a something like this type of construction paper. And then maybe this paper, I'm not sure. Let's find out with vellum first. I mean, again, we just want to see what they look like, but we know that they're all different from each set. And so there's no head-to-head or anything like that. So these are just purely for the sake of completion, if you will. And this is 939. So buttery. Then this pink 929. Then Parma Violet 1008. And then Mulberry, $9.95. Which is very interesting in the choices that were made by the people picking colors for the 24s for these two major competitors. Well, I'm not sure they're competitors. I think they complement each other rather well. And they're actually, I think, owned by the same company, Knoll, which is interesting. But, okay, so then let's see if we can fit the other two, the grays. This one's really my BFF. Best friend forever. This beautiful gray. This is Faber-Castell 271. These just get added to the list. I mean, there's no head-to-heads here, folks. 274. I don't even think I did multiple layers for this one. Doesn't look like I did. Yeah, I sure didn't. There you go. Now they're done. Beautiful colors. Of course, they all are. Let's continue with the other papers. So let's do the crash test dummy part, the very porous, highly porous construction paper that no one should ever use for coloring with these beautiful pencils, but it's a good test paper, I think. $1,008 Prisma. $939 Prisma. $929 Prisma. $995 Prisma. Yeah, make space for the grays. This is where the laying down ability of the Polychromos really shines. 274. This is 271. Okay, let's move on to this paper. See if I can do them in the exact same order. Okay. This is 1008. $9.39. $9.29. Castell 274. Of course, on this paper, this light gray barely shows up. And yes, someday they need to change this gold lettering out of Polychromos. They really need to. It's just difficult to read under many circumstances. So if we zoom out, I'm gonna go simple on the blues because the first go around, I found that all 9 were different. And I think it's probably what's gonna happen again. I may do a head-to-head if I see one, but the first time I did not see any, and I think I'm gonna stick by it. It's more that the oranges and the reds were the ones where I felt that I screwed up. I think these first go around, I got them to be separate, and I think that's going to be the case this time. So let's just roll with some Vellum Beauty for the blues. I'm going to do these first 4, and then I'm going to do the other 5. I have a specific order in which I want to do them. So this is 904 Light Cerulean Blue, Prisma. And this is True Blue Prisma 903. Okay, then this is Faber-Castell. Faber-Castell 110. Look at that. What a beautiful laydown. Then this is going to be Faber-Castell 140. And these colors, I believe, are different. 140. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so then let's pick another vellum and do the next 5. Another sheet of vellum, and this is going to be Faber-Castell 151. And this is Faber-Castell 120. This is Indigo Blue 901. Very first one in the series. Very first Prismacolor number, 901. And this is Violet Blue 933. And last but not least, Violet 932. Prisma. $9.32. Yep. Okay, so then we've got these 9. Let's do them in crash test dummy paper. I may come up with a couple head-to-heads out of this. We shall see. This is Faber-Castell 110. Faber-Castell 140. Then 151. That's a really good color. Look at that. Even with a terrible paper like construction paper, it does well. 151. This is 120. Let me see which order I did them. Yeah, I want to make sure I do them in the same exact order as the other paper, as vellum. Prisma 901 goes up here. No, Prisma 901, not Faber-Castell. Prisma 933. And then last but not least, Violet 932. So now we have all the colors that we want to compare for these. So if I put them together, it's really these 9, and again, here like that. I mean, do I see any differences? I think I want to do a head-to-head of these. Yeah, and maybe a head-to-head of these. But these 5 colors, I think, are different. These are different enough, and these are all different enough. So these last 5 are definitely in. So I'll do these 2 head-to-heads next. So I'm going to do 2 head-to-heads, as I mentioned when I finished with the other blues. So 5 blues are kind of in, but these 4, I think I need to sort them out. So I'm going to use vellum first. And it's going to be Faber-Castell 140 and Prismacolor 904. Let me do my zooming in. Okay. Yep. Faber-Castell 140. And I'm gonna do alternate swatches. Maybe I'll do alternate swatches with two layers first. So this is Faber-Castell 140. I'm gonna put them right next to each other just so I can tell them apart. I mean, so I can, yeah, exactly. So this is Prisma 904, and I'll do a couple. Maybe zoom in a little. Yeah, there we go. I mean, these are clearly two different colors. So this head-to-head is almost over. But I did not do this one during take one. During take one, I correctly, I guess, said, yeah, those are two different colors. All right, so I think we've got our answer. And then in the case of Prisma 903, True Blue, and I'm going to do it right next to these, just so that I can do some of all the combinations. So this is Prisma True Blue 903, and clearly it's different. This color is different from these two, and so is this one. So, I mean, I think we've got our answer very quickly, but it just needed to be done. Faber-Castell 110. Yeah. So if we go back to True Blue, I'll do a few more just for the sake of completion, but I think we've got our answer. And this was Prisma, and this was Faber-Castell. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we need to go any further. These are four different blue colors. Let's do another row just because, and I'm going to alternate them in a different way. So this is Faber-Castell 140, right? No, I'm sorry, 110, 110, 110. Yeah, 110. Let me alternate it with the light ones. This is Faber-Castell 140. Of course, they're in the same set, so it would make sense that they're different, but yeah. I mean, no way. Actually, I can just go like single layer now and just put them in a row. Let's put them in a row. Picking just a Prisma and a Faber-Castell, and then changing the combinations. You can see that these are really four different colors. Yeah, four different colors. Okay, I think we're done. Similar to the blues, I think we have 8 separate greens, and I determined that the first time, even Faber-Castell 163 and Grass Green 909 and Prisma, they were different. And when I did a quick head-to-head, they're clearly different colors. So I'm just going to roll through and do these 4 and then do these 4, same as I did the blues, but I think we don't really have much here in the way of finding two pencils that are pretty close, just like the yellows were. Let's just roll through and do vellum and Crash Test Dummies construction paper. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna zoom in, of course. Yes, need to zoom in a lot. See. Okay, so this is Faber-Castell 171. Okay. Then this is Prismacolor 910. Very buttery. Then this color, of course, is an olive green that doesn't come into Prismacolor until larger sets. 168. Faber-Castell 168. Oh, I made a mistake, sorry. I meant to do only one, but I covered this, so I'll repeat it. This is a single layer. My bad. And this is Faber-Castell 169, 168. Boy, that gold color, that gold labeling on the pencils really does it for seeing which pencil it is. And this is 912 Prismacolor. We clearly have 4 different colors. Now, I think I'm going to use a different vellum for these 4. That way I have a lot of space. Because this is the one where I want to do a head-to-head. So for this one, really, I want to pay a lot closer attention because these are the 2 colors that I thought were closest of the bunch. 163, and then grass green 909. Yeah, I think it's pretty redundant to do a head-to-head. These are 2 fairly different colors. Now that I have this better setup than I had last week. Yeah, I don't think it's worth doing. Then this is Faber-Castell 264. And the workhorse, dark green. Use this color all the time. Dark green, Tuscan red. Those are my 2 workhorses. And you can find them in a 24. And I don't believe it's a coincidence, and I don't believe that they're workhorses because they came in a 24, because I have been using a 48 throughout. Okay, so that's vellum. Let's do it in this color paper and start over. I'm going to pick these up, put them right here, and start over. Okay, so then I'm not going to sweat these too much. I think I'm going to do double layers. This is Faber-Castell 171. Those are different colors, all right. Prisma 910. Clearly a color that's not in A24 for Prismacolor. Apple green 912. This is Faber-Castell 163. Yeah, very different colors. Not worthy of a grass green 909 of a head-to-head. No contest. These are 8 clearly different greens. So 264. I mean, we should do a little bit of a head-to-head there. Let's separate this out. 909. Yeah, 909. And yeah, and 264. Let's do those to close off the greens. Yeah, dark green 908. Okay, so we got 6 out of the way. Now $909. 264. I see 2 different colors. Okay, so let's go here. This is Faber-Castell. This is Prisma. Faber-Castell. Man, this paper is so awesome. I think we have 2 different colors. I don't think we need to do this any further, but it's important to, and I'm applying some pressure for these last 2. So we're down to the final few pencils. It's a marathon. And so when you compare Faber-Castell Polychromos and Prismacolor, there is no raw umber in the 24 for Prismacolor. So this color comes in easy because it's unique to Polychromos. And then the remaining 6 pencils, what's called goldenrod in Prismacolor, which is really a light ochre of some type. It's much dark. It's darker. It's noticeably darker in Polychromos, so they're different colors. Likewise for your what's called sienna brown, your reddish brown, it's 2 different types of reddish browns. So the only 2 that really deserve a head-to-head are these last 2, which is really your dark brown, otherwise called a walnut brown by Polychromos. So I'm just gonna swatch these 6 on vellum and see how that goes. Of course, this is true for every one of these swatching experiments. It becomes a marathon. So on the back, I'm gonna just do this pencil for the sake of completion, and then proceed to do the other 6 and call it a day. because even though this video altogether is a little bit over an hour, between mistakes that I've made and just setting up and all that, it's a long session. So this is a color that is unique to Polychromos, and it just goes in, and it's Polychromos 180. I'm using FC for these numbers. Yeah, so that's it for that one, and I'll flip this over and I'll do these 6 pencils. So of course the top row I think is going to wind up being Polychromos 187. Then the goldenrod, which is a little different than to this color. This specific color comes in later in a larger set for Prismacolor. It's much lighter, not a contest at all. That these are very, not very different, different enough. That's the term that I would use. Yeah, this is goldenrod 1034. Then your red browns, the one from Prismacolor, almost like an Indian red, if you will, almost. It's in that direction to me. Figure Pastel 190. All right, we're getting down to the wire, friends. A marathon of swatching. Of course, I've seen folks who do this for a lot longer, so I admire their tenacity. And then the one that's really almost worthy of a head-to-head is Walnut Brown from Polychromos. Of course, all colors are beautiful, but I would still call this color a beautiful color. They're close. They are close, but not close enough for me. 946. Let's make them in. Let's put them in a head-to-head. Okay, Prisma. I'm seeing different colors. I'm seeing that the Prismacolor one is a little brighter and a little more yellowish, I would say. And I'm going hard just to see how they lay down with different pressures right next to each other. I'm seeing 2 different colors. Yep, I am. So I think we're done with all the swatching, and then in the last segment I will show all of them at once. So altogether, if you were to give somebody as a gift a 24 set of Prismacolors, of course the tins these days have a different graphic. This is an old tin. and a 24 set of Faber-Castell Polychromos. I think they would basically, as far as I can tell, only have 3 pencils that are what you would call duplicates. They would get 2 blacks, 2 whites, and 2 very close yellows. Pretty much every other color, I think, is different enough to be called different. And if these colors were in a larger set, like say in a 72 or in a 120 or a 150, they would all be different colors. If they were all Prisma, or if they were all Faber-Castell Polychromos, they would all be included as different enough. They definitely are different enough. So there you have it. You have your white, your black, you have a very light yellow, then 2 other yellows, 3 oranges, then 2 lighter reds, 2 darker reds, 3 in the magenta, dark red realm, 4 pinks and purples, 2 grays, 4 of the lighter blues, 5 of the darker blues, with leaning towards violet, 4 of the lighter greens, 4 of the darker greens, an umber, a raw umber, then 6 other browns.